Let me ask you something, and I need you, really need you, to sit with this question before you answer it. When was the last time you did something incredible and told absolutely nobody? When was the last time you woke up before the world, before the noise, before the opinions and the commentary and the unsolicited advice, and you just worked, quietly, deliberately, like your life depended on it? Because it does. Here's what nobody tells you. Here's the secret that successful people guard like it's gold, because it is gold. The loudest person in the room is almost never the most powerful one. The most dangerous human being you will ever encounter is the one who stopped explaining themselves, the one who stopped announcing their dreams, the one who looked at every distraction, every doubter, every comparison, every toxic relationship, and simply said, "Watch me." Not out loud, never out loud, just in their chest, in their gut, in the early morning hours when nobody's watching, when no camera is rolling, when the likes don't matter and the followers can't see. In that sacred, silent space, they built their empire. Today, we are going deep. We are going to go to places in your mind and your spirit that have been dusty and forgotten. We are going to rip open the truth about why you keep sharing your dreams before they're ready, why you keep seeking validation from people who haven't even validated themselves, and why, oh why, you have been giving your greatest energy to everyone else while you slowly starve the most important person in the room, you. 8 chapters, 45 minutes, and by the time we are done, you will never be the same. Are you ready? Because the world out there is loud, and you are about to become the silence that screams louder than all of it. Let's go.
Chapter 1. The noise is killing you. Why the world wants you distracted. Delivery, intense, urgent, like a warning. Deep breath. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Not literally, keep listening, but feel this. Imagine every single day someone hands you a 1,000-piece puzzle, and before you can even sit down to start putting it together, 50 people walk into the room. Some of them start rearranging your pieces. Some of them start telling you what the picture should look like. Some of them are building their own puzzle right in front of you, and they keep showing it to you, saying, "Look at mine, look how far ahead I am." And the entire time, your puzzle sits there, unfinished, untouched, forgotten. That is your life. That is what is happening to your dreams, your goals, your potential right now, while you're consuming everybody else's highlight reel and neglecting your behind the scenes. Here is the hard, brutal, gut-wrenching truth that I need you to hear loud and clear today. The world is not designed for your focus. It is designed for your distraction. Think about it. Social media platforms spend billions of dollars, I mean billions with a capital B, engineering algorithms specifically calculated to keep you scrolling, keep you comparing, keep you reacting, keep you feeling like you're just slightly behind, just slightly less successful, just slightly not enough, so that you keep coming back, desperate, hungry, searching. They don't want you focused. Focused people are dangerous. Focused people don't need what they're selling. But there's something even more insidious than the apps, more treacherous than the scrolling and the comparing and the endless stream of content. It's the people around you. Now, I say this with love. I say this because I care about you and I want you to actually live the life that is burning inside of you. But some of the people in your circle, your friends, your family, your colleagues, they are unconsciously and sometimes consciously keeping you small. Not because they're evil, not because they want bad things for you, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Your discipline highlights their complacency. Your silence about your dreams makes them nervous because they don't know how to compete with something they can't see coming. And so they talk. They comment. They question. They poke. They plant seeds of doubt dressed up as concern. Are you sure that's realistic? I'm just saying, a lot of people try and fail. Don't you think you should just be happy with what you have? And here's the most heartbreaking part. Sometimes you listen. Sometimes you slow down. Sometimes you shrink yourself to fit into a space that was never meant to hold everything you are. No more. No more. The noise is killing you. The distraction is stealing years, not days, not weeks, years from the life you deserve to be living. And the first step, the very first courageous act on this journey, is to hear the noise for what it is. Interference. Static. A frequency that was never meant for you. Your signal? Your signal is the quiet voice inside you that woke up this morning with a vision. That quiet voice that keeps whispering even when you're trying to sleep. There's more. There's more for you. You were made for more. That voice is not loud, but it is right. And you will never hear it, never, as long as the noise is turned up to full volume. So here is your first assignment, not metaphorically, literally. Turn down the noise. Cut back on the scrolling. Create distance from the conversations that drain you. Stop sharing your vision with people who've never had to protect one. Start building a wall of focus around the most important project in your life, yourself. Because here's what happens when you finally go quiet, when you finally stop reacting to the world and start creating in the silence. The puzzle starts coming together, and it is going to be the most beautiful thing you have ever built.
Chapter 2. Stop announcing your dreams. The science and soul of silence. Delivery, earnest, urgent, like telling a best friend the truth. I need you to think about the last big dream you shared with someone before it happened. Maybe it was a business idea, a fitness goal, a relationship you were hoping for, a career change, a creative project that you'd been nurturing in the quiet of your heart for months. You shared it. You got excited. You told them the whole vision. And then you felt something release, like air going out of a balloon, like the pressure valve on something that needed pressure to keep moving forward. And maybe, just maybe, the dream never quite had the same fire after that. There is a reason for that, and it has nothing to do with willpower or talent or whether you deserve it. It is psychology. Cold, documented, scientifically studied psychology. Here's what researchers at New York University discovered, and this changed me when I learned it. When you tell someone about a goal you want to achieve, your brain experiences a social reality. It perceives the acknowledgement, the validation, the, "Oh wow, that's amazing," and it registers that as a form of completion, partial completion, as if you've already taken a step toward the dream just by announcing it. And so the motivation, the hunger, the fire, it dims, because your brain got a little hit of reward without doing the work. Now multiply that across every conversation where you've broadcast your goals before building them, every post you've made announcing your intentions before delivering results, every time you've said, "I'm going to," before becoming, "I did." You have been spending your dreams like currency before the work bank account was even open. Stop. Please stop. I am not saying to isolate yourself. I am not saying to never trust anyone or never share your heart. I am saying protect the infant. Because that's what a dream is in its earliest stages. It is an infant. It is fragile. It is beautiful. It is full of potential. But it cannot survive in an environment that doesn't understand it, that questions it too early, that tries to reshape it before it even knows what it is. You wouldn't hand a newborn baby to a crowd of strangers and say, "Here, tell me what you think." So why are you doing that with your dreams? There's another element here that goes beyond psychology. It's spiritual, it's energetic. And whether you're religious or not, I think somewhere in the core of you, you feel this truth. There is power in the unspoken. Think about every great thing that has ever been built in human history. The greatest movements, the greatest companies, the greatest transformations of individual lives. They all started in the quiet, in the private journal, in the garage, in the 3 a.m. clarity that nobody else witnessed. The Sistine Chapel ceiling was painted by a man on his back in near darkness. The audience didn't watch the brushstrokes, they only saw the revelation. Your life, your transformation, is that Sistine Chapel. You don't owe anyone a live stream of the scaffolding. You don't owe anyone a daily update on the brushstrokes. You owe them, and yourself, the stunning, undeniable, jaw-dropping revelation of the finished ceiling. Work in silence. Let your results be the announcement. Let your life, the way it changes, the way your energy shifts, the way your bank account grows, the way your body transforms, the way your relationships evolve, the way your confidence radiates. Let all of that be the speech you never had to give. Because nothing, and I mean nothing, is more powerful than showing up in a room and having people see the evidence of your silence. They'll wonder how. They'll want to know when. They'll ask for your secret, and you can smile. Because the secret? The secret was that you stopped telling secrets. You stopped showing your hand before the cards were played. You went quiet. You went to work, and you won. Chapter 3: The Comparison Trap. How watching others race loses yours. I want to have an honest conversation with you right now. And I mean really honest. The kind of honest where I'm not trying to make you feel good. I'm trying to make you feel free. You have a comparison problem. I know because I had one too. And if you're breathing and you have a smartphone, statistically, so do you. Here's how it works. You wake up. Before your feet hit the floor, before you've even taken a full breath of the morning, before you've checked in with yourself, you're already checking on everyone else. You see the vacation, the promotion, the engagement ring, the baby announcement, the new car, the body transformation, the business milestone with the screenshot of the revenue dashboard. And in the span of 30 seconds, without a single word being spoken out loud, something happens inside you. You compare. You calculate. Where am I versus where they are? What do they have that I don't? Am I behind? Am I failing? Am I even on the right track? And then, the cruelest part, you take all of that noise, all of that manufactured inadequacy, and you carry it with you into your day, into your work, into your relationships, into the mirror. You are running your race while watching everyone else's. And let me tell you what happens when you do that. You trip. Every single time. You know who wins races? People who look forward. People who are so locked into their own lane, so consumed by their own stride, so deeply committed to their own finish line that they don't even register the peripheral movement. The best athletes in the world are not unaware of competition. They've simply mastered the art of redirection. The moment their eyes want to drift, they drag them back. My lane, my pace, my race. And here's the thing, and this is the part that breaks my heart when I think about how much time we lose to this. The people you're comparing yourself to are performing for an audience too. The vacation photo doesn't show the credit card debt. The revenue screenshot doesn't show the 80-hour weeks and the sacrificed relationships. The body transformation doesn't show the eating disorder that started 3 months later. The perfect couple photos don't show the screaming match that happened 20 minutes before the picture was taken. You are comparing your everything, your doubts, your fears, your bad days, your full, unfiltered life to someone else's highlights. And you are losing a competition that was never real. Stop competing with people who aren't even in your race, because the person you are actually supposed to be competing with, they are with you right now. They woke up with you this morning. They went to sleep with you last night. They know every fear you've been hiding and every dream you've been downplaying. It's you. Yesterday's version of you. Last year's version. The version that didn't think they could survive what they've already survived. The version that doubted what you've already proven. That is your competition. And here's the most beautiful realization you will ever have. When you shift your competition from the world to yourself, you become unstoppable. Because you can never run out of someone to outdo. You can never reach the point where there's no more growth available. You can never hit a ceiling when the only measuring stick is your own potential. Focus on yourself. That sentence, those 4 words, are not selfish. They are not arrogant. They are not a dismissal of the people you love and the world you live in. They are the most radical, most courageous, most transformative act of self-respect you can perform. Focus on yourself. Every morning, every decision, every hour. Redirect the energy you've been hemorrhaging into everyone else's story back into your own chapters. Because your story, it is worth everything. It deserves every ounce of attention you've been giving away for free. Chapter 4. The Sacred Art of Discipline. What the successful do when nobody's watching. Let me paint you a picture. It's 4:47 in the morning. The city is asleep. The phone notifications are quiet. There's no audience, no applause. No one is watching or recording or waiting to be impressed. And somewhere, in a garage, in a home office, in a gym, in a kitchen, on a floor with a laptop and a dream and absolutely nothing to prove to anyone, someone is working. Not because they have to, not because someone forced them to be there, but because they made a decision. A quiet, unannounced, deeply personal decision that they were going to become someone that their former self could not have imagined. And they honor that decision every single day, regardless of how they feel, regardless of whether it's working yet, regardless of whether anyone can see the progress. That is discipline. Not the Instagram version of discipline, the motivational quotes and the sunrise workout selfies and the aesthetic meal prep containers. Real discipline, raw discipline. The kind that happens in private and shows up in public. And I need you to understand something fundamental about this. Discipline is not about willpower. Discipline is about identity. Willpower is a limited resource. It fluctuates with your mood, your sleep, your stress, your blood sugar. If you rely on willpower to carry you toward your goals, you will fail. Not because you're weak, but because willpower was never designed for the long game. But identity? Identity is different. Identity is not about what you feel like doing. It's about who you are. When you shift from, I'm trying to get healthy, to, I am a healthy person, the equation changes. A healthy person doesn't decide whether to work out. They work out because that's what healthy people do. A disciplined entrepreneur doesn't decide whether to put in the hours. They put in the hours because that's what disciplined entrepreneurs do. You have to decide who you are before the world can see who you become. And here's the thing about this identity shift. It happens in private. It happens in the silence. It happens at 4:47 in the morning when nobody is there to validate it and nobody is there to see it fail. It happens in the moments between who you were and who you're becoming. Some of you have been waiting for motivation to show up before you start. You've been waiting to feel ready, waiting for the stars to align, for the right moment,
for the fear to go away, for the doubt to be replaced by certainty. I need to break your heart right now, because this is one of the most important truths I will ever say to you. The motivation comes after you start, not before. You don't find motivation and then take action. You take action and then, in the doing, in the moving, in the momentum, the motivation finds you. It catches up. It grabs your collar and pulls you forward. But you have to start first. You have to take the first step in the dark. The first rep when you're exhausted. The first paragraph when the page is blank. The first call when you're terrified of rejection. The first morning of the new routine when every cell in your body is begging you to hit snooze. The people who change their lives are not the people who waited until they felt brave. They are the people who did the brave thing while still being terrified. And they did it quietly. They didn't post about the process. They didn't share the struggle for validation. They didn't need the external cheering squad to keep them going. They whispered to themselves, in the dark, in the silence, in the most private corner of their commitment, I will not stop. And the universe, the compound interest of consistent, invisible, undramatic effort, responded. Because that's how discipline works. Not with a bang, not with a headline, with a whisper. With a daily promise kept to no one but yourself. With the accumulation of 1,000 private victories that nobody ever saw coming. Until suddenly, everybody can see the results. And they'll call it luck. They'll call it talent. They'll call it overnight success. And you'll know the truth. It was 4:47 in the morning. It was every day. It was silence, and it was worth it.
Chapter 5. Let go of the people who drain you. The cost of wrong company. This chapter is going to hurt a little, and I need you to let it. Because what I'm about to say isn't about cutting people out of your life without compassion. It's not about becoming cold or isolated or superior. It is about one of the most painful and necessary acts of self-love you will ever perform. Protecting your energy from people who take more than they give. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking, but these are my friends, my family, people who've been with me through everything. And I hear you. I genuinely hear you. This is not simple. Love makes it complicated. History makes it complicated. But let me ask you this. How much of your mental real estate, the precious, finite, irreplaceable space in your mind, is occupied by people who aren't building anything, who are constantly recycling the same problems without any intention of solving them, who celebrate your stumbles more than your successes, who only call when they need something and go quiet when you need something back? How much of your life force are you donating to relationships that are fundamentally extractive? Here's the brutal mathematics of human energy. You are a finite resource. You have a certain number of hours, a certain reservoir of emotional capacity, a certain well of creative and physical energy. Every relationship, every conversation, every environment either fills that well or drains it. And if you are surrounded by drainers, people who are pessimistic, stagnant, gossipy, discouraging, needy beyond what any one person can sustain, your well is running dry. And a dry well cannot nourish a dream. I am not asking you to be ruthless. I am not asking you to ghost everyone who doesn't have a business plan. I am asking you to be intentional, to be discerning, to recognize that who you spend your time with is one of the most consequential decisions of your life. Jim Rohn said it decades ago, and it has never, not once, stopped being true. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Read that again. Let it land. Really land. If the 5 people closest to you are comfortable with mediocrity, you will become comfortable with mediocrity, no matter how burning your ambition is. Proximity is contagious. Energy is contagious.
Mindset is contagious. Surround yourself with people who are building something, people who talk about ideas instead of just other people, people who challenge you, push you, hold you accountable, and celebrate your wins with genuine joy and not a trace of resentment. And here's the flip side, the part that makes this even more urgent. When you start focusing on yourself, when you start going quiet and building in the dark, when you start becoming a better version of yourself, some people in your life will not respond well, because your growth is an unspoken indictment of their stagnation. They won't always say it out loud. It'll show up as subtle shade, as dismissiveness about your dreams, as jokes that have a little too much edge, as a sudden withdrawal of warmth, as "you've changed," said like it's an accusation rather than a compliment. And let me tell you something, you have changed. You are changing. And that is the entire point. Some relationships are for a reason. Some are for a season. Some, the rarest and most sacred, are for a lifetime. The wisdom is in learning to tell the difference without guilt, without apology, without allowing the discomfort of transition to pull you back into a version of yourself that was always too small. You don't need a crowd. You need a few, the right few. The ones who look at you and see the vision even before you fully articulated it. The ones who show up at your lowest and don't run. The ones who celebrate your wins like they're their own. Find them, cherish them, and release, with love but with firmness, everyone who is quietly holding you hostage to the person you used to be. Because the person you're becoming needs room to breathe, and that room starts with the people you allow inside it.
Chapter 6. The Power of Becoming. Transformation is a private journey. Have you ever watched a caterpillar become a butterfly? Not just the end result, not just the beautiful winged creature emerging, but the actual process, the inside of the chrysalis. It's not what you'd imagine. It is not a neat, orderly growth. It is not a caterpillar slowly sprouting wings. It is, and biologists will confirm this, complete and utter dissolution. The caterpillar essentially liquefies inside that shell. Every familiar structure breaks down. There is a period where what it was no longer exists, and what it's becoming has not yet formed. That period of formlessness, of in-between, of being neither what you were nor yet what you will be. That is where real transformation lives. And here's the thing about that chrysalis. It is closed. It is private. The world outside doesn't get to watch the dissolution. The world doesn't get a play-by-play of the messy, disorienting, terrifying process of becoming. The world only gets the emergence. And I believe, with everything in me, that this is how human transformation is supposed to work too. You are in the chrysalis right now. Some of you have been in there for months, some of you years, and it has been uncomfortable. It has been lonely. It has been disorienting, because the person you were is dissolving, and the person you are isn't fully formed yet. And in that in-between space, you've been tempted, desperately tempted, to crack open the shell early, to let the world in, to share the messy middle because the silence has felt too heavy, because you've needed someone to confirm that you're not wasting your time, that this sacrifice means something, that you're on the right track. But here is what every butterfly knows, what every person who has ever undergone real transformation has discovered. Opening the chrysalis early kills the butterfly. The pressure of the emergence is not punishment, it is preparation. The struggle to get out is what forces the fluid into the wings. It is what makes flight possible. If you remove the resistance, you remove the strength. And so the silence, the private, uncomfortable, disorienting silence of your becoming, is not a failure. It is not a sign that nothing is happening.
It is the chrysalis, and something extraordinary is happening inside of it. This is why you focus on yourself, not because other people don't matter, not because the world isn't worth showing up for, but because you cannot show up fully, cannot give your best, cannot be the person your dreams require you to be until you have allowed the transformation to complete. Some of you have been trying to fly with half-formed wings. You've been trying to serve from an empty vessel. You've been trying to lead people to places you haven't been to yourself yet. Go back to the chrysalis. Go back to the work. Go back to the private, unsexy, uninstagrammable process of becoming. And I want to tell you something that I hope reaches you in the deepest place. It is okay to be a work in progress and not announce it to the world. It is okay to be changing and not explain the change to everyone who notices. It is okay to say, "I'm working on something," without showing the blueprints. It is okay to grow in silence. It is okay to become without performance. The world will see the emergence. The world will see the wings. And when they ask you how, tell them the truth. I went quiet. I went to work. I trusted the process even when I couldn't see the progress. I protected my transformation like it was the most sacred thing in my life. Because it was. Because you are. Chapter 7. Faith, Patience, and the Long Game. Trusting what you cannot yet see. I want to slow down here. I want to sit in this chapter with you for a moment. Because this one is not about tactics. It is not about strategies or habits or frameworks. This chapter is about something that lives deeper than all of that. It's about faith. And before you think this is only a religious conversation, hear me out, because I am talking about faith in the broadest, most universal sense of that word. The willingness to continue working towards something you cannot yet see, touch, or prove exists. That is the hardest thing a human being can be asked to do. Anyone can work hard when the results are visible. Anyone can stay disciplined when the feedback is immediate and the progress is measurable. Anyone can keep going when the finish line is in sight. But to work in silence, to sacrifice in private, to pour yourself into something day after day, week after week, month after month, sometimes year after year, with no guarantee, no certainty, no one handing you a timeline or a promise or a contract that says, yes, this will be worth it. That requires a different kind of strength entirely. It requires faith. And the enemy of faith is not doubt. Not exactly. Doubt is normal. Doubt is part of the process. The great builders, the great creators, the great transformers of human history all doubted. They were terrified. They questioned. They sat in the darkness and wondered if they were wasting their lives. The enemy of faith is impatience. Impatience is what pulls you out of the chrysalis too early. Impatience is what makes you quit at month 3 when the breakthrough is coming at month 7. Impatience is what sends you back to the comfortable mediocrity because the discomfort of growth has lasted longer than you expected. And we live in the most impatient culture that has ever existed. We have same-day delivery. We have instant streaming. We have results overnight fitness programs and get-rich-quick schemes and a social media world where everyone seems to be blowing up immediately, getting famous overnight, building empires in what appears to be no time at all. And we've been conditioned to apply that same expectation to our own deepest work. But life doesn't compress that way. Real transformation doesn't compress that way. A tree doesn't apologize for taking years to grow tall. A river doesn't apologize for taking centuries to carve a canyon. The greatest wine in the world doesn't apologize for sitting in a barrel, unseeable, unchanging on the surface, while something profound happens in the depths that only time can create. You are that tree. You are that river. You are that wine. And the world is trying to rush you. The world is trying to measure you by metrics that have nothing to do with your real depth, your real value, your real trajectory. Don't let it. Protect your timeline. Protect your season. Not every seed sprouts at the same rate. Not every harvest comes in the same month. Not every person's breakthrough arrives on the schedule that makes sense to the people watching from outside. And here is the most important thing I will say about patience. The results you can't see are still being built. While you are sleeping, the compound interest is compounding. While you are showing up day after day to put in the quiet work, the invisible architecture of your future is being assembled. The connections being made in your brain, the reputation being built in the minds of people who are observing you more closely than you know, the skills that are deepening below the surface of your awareness. You cannot see it yet, but it is happening. Every morning you choose the work over the excuse, something is being built. Every evening you choose discipline over distraction, something is being built. Every time you redirect a comparison back to your own journey, something is being built. Trust the build. Trust the silence. Trust the process that is invisible to everyone but God and you. And when you come out the other side, when the emergence happens, when the fruit finally shows on the branches, when the world finally sees what silence has been constructing, you will know. In the deepest, most unshakable place inside of you, it was worth every silent day.
Chapter 8. The Life That Waits for You. Step into your greatness. The world needs your best. We are here. We have walked through 8 chapters together, 8 conversations, 8 truths. And if you've been with me this entire time, if you've let these words reach the places in you that needed reaching, I want you to know something. You are not the same person who pressed play. Something shifted in you today. Maybe you felt it. Maybe it's still settling. But a seed has been planted in the soil of your awareness. And whether you tend it or ignore it, that seed is there. I want you to close your eyes right now. Actually close them, just for a moment. Trust me. Imagine 5 years from now. Not 5 years of the same patterns. Not 5 years of scrolling and comparing and announcing dreams before building them and giving your energy to everyone but yourself. 5 years of silence. 5 years of focused, disciplined, faith-fueled work in the dark. 5 years of protecting your energy, choosing your circle deliberately, running your own race without one glance at the lane next to you. 5 years of becoming, fully, completely, without apology, becoming the person that is trying to emerge from inside you right now. Can you see that person? Can you feel them? The posture, the presence, the peace, the unshakable certainty of someone who kept every private promise they made to themselves, who honored the dream when it wasn't fashionable, who stayed when quitting would have been easy and silence would have gone unnoticed. That person is not a fantasy. That person is not a distant, impossible version of you that only exists in imagination. That person is who you already are, waiting for you to give them permission to exist. And permission looks like this. Permission looks like turning off the comparison machine and turning on your own vision. Permission looks like closing the apps and opening the notebook, the business plan, the workout program, the creative project that has been waiting for your full attention. Permission looks like walking away from relationships that are keeping you anchored to a past version of yourself. Permission looks like doing the work when you don't feel like it, when nobody's watching, when the results aren't visible, when the timeline is longer than you wanted, and doing it anyway. Permission looks like trusting yourself enough to go quiet, to stop explaining, to stop seeking validation from people who haven't even validated their own dreams. Permission looks like choosing yourself every single day as the most worthy investment of your energy, your time, your attention, your love. Because here is the truth that I want to leave burning in your chest like a torch. The world does not need another version of you that is performing for an audience. The world needs the version of you that has done the inner work, the real work, the quiet, painful, joyful, exhausting, electrifying, completely transformative work of becoming who you were made to be. The world needs your best, and your best has never lived in the noise. It has never lived in the comparison. It has never lived in the constant broadcasting of your process. Your best has always lived in the silence. Your best is the thing that gets built at 4:47 in the morning. The thing that keeps a promise to no one but yourself. The thing that survives the doubt and the delay and the discouragement and the days when nothing seems to be working. Your best is the thing that says, not yet, not finished, keep going. And I need you to hear me say this as clearly as I have ever said anything. You are not behind. Let me say it again, because I know some of you need to hear this more than anything else today. You are not behind. You are exactly where your journey requires you to be. The path you're on, however circuitous, however slow, however different from everyone else's, is your path. And every detour, every delay, every season of what looked like failure but was actually preparation, it is all part of an architecture that you cannot fully see from where you stand today. But it is being built. You are being built. And the most powerful thing you can do right now, in this moment, in this breath, in this decision, is to commit. Not to perfection, not to certainty, not to a life free of fear or doubt or hard days. Commit to the work. Commit to the silence. Commit to yourself. Commit to showing up every single day, without fanfare, without an audience, without a guarantee, to the sacred, beautiful, world-changing work of becoming everything you were created to be. Because the world will see it. They'll see it in the way you walk into a room. They'll see it in the way you speak, not to impress, but to connect. They'll see it in the life you've built while everyone was watching each other. They'll see it in the peace that radiates from someone who is... Closing part. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for giving your time, your most precious, irreplaceable resource, to this conversation. If something in these words landed in you today, if something cracked open a door you've been meaning to walk through, if you felt, even once, that's me, that's exactly where I've been stuck, don't close that door again. The world is loud. It will always be loud. The distractions will always be there. The comparison will always knock. The noise will always compete for your attention. But so will the silence. And in that silence, in your silence, everything you've ever dreamed of is waiting to be built. Focus on yourself. Work hard in silence. Let the results make the noise. This is your time.